Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So today we are going to start part 4 of NCERT Class 10 Maths Chapter 9, which is some applications of trigonometry. So if you are coming new to this part 4, I suggest you check part 1, 2 and 3. So those links I will keep in the description. So in the part 1 I have discussed about what is trigonometry applications and what is heights and distances, what are the definitions of it, angle of elevation and all. We have discussed in part 1 and also a few examples, and starting with exercise question number 1 we discussed in part 2, and in part 3 I have covered 2, 3, 4, 5 questions of exercise 9.1, and in this part 4 we'll cover the next 4 questions, that is 6, 7, 8, 9 questions. So let's see question number 6. So the question number 6 is: a 1.5 tall boy is standing at a distance from a 30-meter tall building. The angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of building increases from 30 to 60 as he walks towards the building. Find the distance he walked towards the building. So let's understand the question. So here it is saying that we have a 1.5 meter tall boy. So we have a boy here who is 1.5 meter tall. So he is standing at a distance of 30 meter. Okay, the building is 30 meters. 30 meter tall building. We have a building which is the height of 30 meters. The angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of building increases from 30 to 60 as he walks towards the building. So let's suppose he is walking from this point. Starting his elevation is 30, but as he is keeping on moving now, suppose he reached this position now. So from here now the angle of elevation has been increased to 60 degrees. Because as we keep on coming closer to the building, he has to keep on lifting his head higher to see the building, so the angle also increases accordingly. So starting it is 30, now becomes 60. Find the distance he walks towards the building. So they are asking what is the distance he traveled towards the building. Okay, so hope everyone understood what is the question. Now let's try it with respect to the diagram and solve it. So marking the boy height as suppose A. AB is the boy, and once he moved to some distance, his displacement has been done and he has moved to second position, suppose CD. Let's suppose the building height is EF and we know it is 30. So from A the angle of elevation is 30 degrees towards the top of building. From C the angle of elevation is 60 degrees towards the top of building. So let BD, that is distance travelled, is X. So this is X meters. Okay, so let's make this as Y. DF is Y. We know the total is 30, but the boy height we already know, which is 1.5 meters. So to find this one, let's suppose this as G. To find this distance, it should be 30 minus 1.5. So this one is 28.5 meters. So why I need to subtract? Because this angle is from the top of the, from eyes of the boy. It is not from the foot of the boy. So thus we have to consider from this point. So this side will be 28.5 meters. EG is 25.5, whereas the total is 30. Got it? So let's take the small triangle first, that is CEG. If you consider triangle CEG, we have this is opposite side, this is adjacent side. We have to consider tan theta. Tan 60 is equal to 28.5 by the distance, let's suppose it as Y. Okay, so tan 60 value is root 3. So root 3 is equal to 28.5 by Y, implies Y is equal to 28.5 by root 3 meters. So we got this value. Okay, but we need to find this value. So let's take the bigger triangle, which is AEG. in triangle AEG, tan 30 will be equal to this one, that is 28.5 by total adjacent side. Adjacent side is x plus y. So tan 30 is equal to, opposite is 28.5, adjacent is x plus y. But we got, what is y value? Y value is 28.5 by root 3. So x tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to 28.5 by x plus y. So if I take cross multiplication, x plus y is equal to 28.5 into root 3. So if I write, x will become minus y plus 28.5 into root 3, or x, I can write it as 28.5 root 3 minus, what is y value? 28.5 by root 3. So if I take LCM, this becomes 28.5 into root 3 will become 3 minus 28.5 by root 3. So this I can change, because 3 minus 1, so it will be 2. So 28.5 into 2. 28.5 into 2 by root 3. So let's find it out. 28.5 into 2, 5 2 is a 10, 1, 8 2 is a 16, 17, 2 2 is a 4, 5. So it is 57 by root 3. Okay, so 57 also I can write it as 19 into 3. So x is equal to 19 into 3 by root 3. So this I can solve, it becomes 19 root 3 meters. Therefore, the distance from the distance traveled by the boy is 19 root 3 meters. Okay, let's go to the 7th question. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation from the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed at a top of 20-meter height building are 45-60 respectively. Find the height of tower. So let's draw first normally what they are asking. A point on the ground. So let's suppose we have a ground here. Let's say point on the ground. The angle of elevation of the top and of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed at the top of, okay, we have a transmission tower which is fixed on the top of another building. So we have a building here, and on this we have a transmission tower. Okay, so top of building of 20 meter here. So building height is 20. Okay, so angle of elevation of the bottom is 45, top of transmission tower is 60. So they are saying that we have a position here from ground. The bottom of the transmission tower is 45. And at the same point, if I see the top of the transmission tower is 60. Okay, so top of building is also given, it is 20. Find the height of tower. They are asking to find this value. Okay, so let's draw with respect to triangle and solve this question. So it is like this. Now we got one point here, tower is here. So this is 45, the total is, let's draw a big triangle. Okay, total is 60, small one is 45, building height is 20. They are asking to find the height of tower. Okay, let's draw some points so that it will be easy to find identification. Let's write A, B, C and D. So here BC is the building, CD is the tower, A is the point from ground which they are saying the bottom and top of transmission tower. 45, 60, the bottom building height is 20. Let's find the height of tower. Okay, so let's write, let height of tower x meters. Okay, and suppose the distance is y, and distance is y meters. Okay, so first of all, every time I suggest always go for small triangle first, then go for the big triangle. So the small triangle is ABC. So triangle ABC opposite by adjacent. So tan theta, so tan 45 is equal to opposite is 20 by adjacent, which is AB is y. So implies y got tan 20 by tan 45, tan 45 value is 1, so y is also 20. So we got y value now, which is 20. So we have to find the x value. So let's take the big triangle now, which is triangle ABD. Triangle ABD, the angle is 60, so tan 60 is opposite. Opposite is total, which is x plus 20 by hypotenuse, sorry, adjacent side is y. So this becomes tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 is equal to x plus y, or x plus 20 by y. Y value we got it is 20. So implies 20 root 3 is equal to x plus 20. Root 3 is equal to x plus 20. So this becomes x is equal to 20 root 3 minus 20, or I can write it as x is equal to 20 into root 3 minus 1 meter. Therefore, height of tower is equal to 20 into root 3 minus 1 meters. If they want in terms of decimals also, you can just change root 3 as 1.732 and 1.732 minus 1 get some 0.20 into 0.732, then we'll get some other value in decimals. Okay, but if you leave from here also, you'll get full marks. Let's see 8th question, sorry, 6, 7 are done. Yes, 8th question. A statue 1.6 meters tall stands on the top of pedestal. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation to the top of the statue is 60. From the same point, the angle of elevation to the top of pedestal is 45. Find the height of pedestal. Okay. So what is a pedestal? Pedestal is a place, or I can say like a block of like this, on which we'll have some kind of statue. Okay, this is a pedestal. The statue is 1.6 meters tall, stands on top of pedestal. So suppose we have a statue here. So this statue is of height of 1.6 meters. Okay, from point on the ground, the angle of elevation to the top of statue is 60. So top, okay, let's suppose this is point on ground. Angle of elevation to the top of the statue is 60. And from the same point, the angle of elevation to the top of pedestal. So this is pedestal. So from the same point, the angle of elevation to top of pedestal is 45. So this is 45. Find the height of pedestal. They are asking to find this height. Okay. So let's draw in terms of triangle and solve this question. So they're saying, so suppose this is point on ground. Suppose this length is, let's make bigger triangle for convenience. This is pedestal and this is statue. From point to top of pedestal is 45. Point to top of statue, till top of statue it is 60. Okay, let's suppose this as E, B, C and D. They provided the statue height, which is 1.6 meters. So let's write first statement. Let height of pedestal, height stat is already provided. So let height of pedestal is x meters and distance is y meters. So this is y and this is x. So as usual, let's take small triangle first, which is ABC. So triangle ABC, tan theta is 45 here, tan 45 is equal to opposite side, which is x, by adjacent side is y. So implies tan 45 value is 1. 1 is equal to x by y. So again implies x is equal to y. So you got one condition. Okay, now take big triangle, which is ABD. If you can say big triangle, the angle is 60 degrees. So tan 60 is equal to opposite is 1.6 plus x by y, implies tan 60 value is root 3. root 3 is equal to 1.6 plus x by y. Y value we already got from 1, we can say it is x. Okay, so root 3 is equal to 1.6 plus x by x. Yes, 1.6 meters. So if I do cross multiplication, this becomes x root 3 is equal to 1.6 plus x, or x into root 3 minus x is equal to 1.6. So this I can write it as x into root 3 minus 1 is equal to 1.6. So x equals 1.6 by root 3 minus 1. So if I do rationalization, I have to multiply this with root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1. So this finally becomes 1.6 into root 3 plus 1 by a minus b into a plus b, which is a square minus b square. So root 3 whole square minus 1 whole square. Root 3 whole square minus 1 whole square. So finally I can write it as 1.6 into root 3 plus 1 by root 3 squares is 3, 3 minus 1 becomes 2. So finally I can see the height of pedestal how much? 1.6 cancels as root 0.8 into root 3 plus 1 meters. Okay, let's go to the ninth question. The angle of elevation to the top of building from the foot of tower is 30 and the angle of elevation to the top of tower from foot of building is 60. If the tower is 50 meters high, find the height of building. So if you understand, in this question we have two things. One is building and other is tower. Okay, so tower mostly will be a smaller height when compared to building. So let's write. Let's suppose that this is tower. Tower. Okay, let's write in terms of symbol. So this is tower we have, and we have a building here. It can be vice versa also. It's not like tower is smaller, building it can be various. Okay, but we are assuming that its tower is small one when compared to building. So what they are saying, the angle of elevation to the top of building from the foot of tower is 30. So from here to the building is 30. The angle of elevation from top of tower to the foot of building is 60. So this angle is 60. Okay, so definitely tower is higher than building. Okay, then if the tower height is 50, so suppose this height is 50, find the height of building. Okay, so now using trigonometry we'll solve it, but most of the cases, as I mentioned, if angle is smaller then the distance is longer. If angle is bigger, the distance is shorter. So here we cannot change the distance between these two, so definitely tower is high when compared to building. Okay, so let's solve it. So this is height, tower of height tower, and suppose this is building now. Okay, so one more angle from here to this top and from here to this part. So this is tower. Tower height they have mentioned how much? 50. Building height they haven't mentioned, we have to find this building height. So starting point we have to assume that height of building is h. So this is h, and suppose distance between them is d meters. So this is d. Okay, what are the angles are provided? From top, angle of elevation to the top of building from foot of tower is 30. So this is tower we are assuming. So foot of tower, this is 30 and this is 60. Because let's see the question again. They have clearly mentioned elevation top of tower from foot of building is 60. So top of tower from foot of building. So this is building and this is tower. Okay. So let's mark the ABCDs A, B, C and D. So now we need to consider this is D, so this is also D. Okay, but still it is not required now. Let's find for small triangle. Let's see for this triangle now. B, C, D. Okay, for BCD triangle, if I consider, the angle is 30 degrees. So tan 30, opposite is how much? H. Adjacent we are writing it as D. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to H by D. So I can write it as H is equal to, or else D is equal to H root 3, or H is equal to, okay, let's say D is equal to only, so that you can use the same D in other point. Let's continue. If I say D will become cross multiplication H root 3 meters. Okay, let's continue. D is H root 3 meters. Let's go to the next point. For the big triangle, if I consider, it is, big triangle is A, B, D. Sorry, this one, A, B, C triangle. This triangle, if I consider, so let's continue. Some glitch has happened, so let's continue here. So 1 by root 3, I'm saying it is H by D, so implies D, the distance between them becomes H root 3 meters. Okay, so let's take big triangle, which is ABC. If you consider triangle ABC, so for this triangle the bigger angle is ABC, so it is tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to 50 by D. Tan 60 will become 50, opposite side is 50 by D. So tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 is equal to 50 by D, or I can say is that D is equal to 50 by root 3 meters. Okay, but from other point what you got, D is equal to H root 3, or H is equal to, okay, I want H only, so let's write H is equal to D by root 3 meters. Okay, so substitute. Now we know what is D value. D value is 50 by root 3. So now write H is equal to D by root 3. D we got it is 50 by root 3. So 50 by root 3 by root 3, it will become 50 by root 3 into root 3. Okay, so the height of the building will become 50 by 3 meters. Or if you want in decimals, it becomes 50, 3, 3, 20, 3, 6 or 18. So it becomes 16.33 meters. Okay, so in this way we solved 4 questions in this part 4, which are 6, 7 and 8, 9 questions. So in the next part 5, we'll cover 4 or 5 questions in the next exercise, or else I think 15 are the questions. So we'll complete all 6 questions which are left in the next video. So let's meet another part. Thank you.